Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers fly up to Seattle to take on Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. My name's Tyler here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this week one matchup between the 49ers and Seahawks. And at the very end of the video, provide our predictions on who we think is going to win. So be sure to stay tuned for the entire time. Before we get into that, be sure to leave a comment and hit that subscribe button to get notified when new videos come out. And Ryan, let's get into it here. Both the
Let's do it.
49ers and the Seahawks look a little bit different this year. Seattle definitely a little bit more than the 49ers, but the 49ers saying goodbye to Debo Samuel, still hanging on to Chris McCaffrey, and I think this is going to be the last year, so to say. I think of this core group of guys sitting together, even George Kittle also too. Starting to rebuild the defense. I think a good defensive, very typical San Francisco 49ers type draft here as well. But now on the flip side, though, with Seattle, totally different. Trade away Geno Smith, traded away DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett's not on the team now anymore. Only guy from the team last year from the skill position player room, Kenneth Walker, I guess Zach Charbonnet, but then also Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I expect to be like their key number one guy as well. And even shout out to Torrey Horton, too, currently as a starter here on the depth chart with who is that they put on IR? Not that long ago here. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. But still, Torrey Horton, shout out to him. It's been fun talking about him. Looking forward to seeing him hopefully do well here in Seattle. But Ryan, I want to throw it over to you here. Very interesting time, I think, for both of these teams. Feels like for the first time in several years that I would say these are the bottom two teams in the NFC West. Now, everybody's going to say the Rams, yes, but the Cardinals really better than both these two teams. I would say yes. I think the Cardinals have built up to this moment that they've had this year. While when I look at the Niners and the Seahawks, definitely the Seahawks. I mean, like when you go through a facelift like this, like you don't know how the pieces are going to go together. And the Niners
Mhm.
are kind of coming back a little bit as well too. Do you think that's accurate? And then when you look at this game here, what do you think? What do you expect from each of these two teams as they go through these changes?
I think what makes this division so competitive is I kind of view all four of these teams in their own right. Like they're all kind of in the same tier. To me, they all just do things a little bit differently. I think the Cardinals are the young up and coming team. The 49ers are they've been to the Super Bowl twice in the last 5 years. And so I think when you have a head coach and a quarterback that has been there for well, I guess he wasn't there. Jimmy G was the quarterback the first time, but when they've been there those times, that always deserves respect. Seattle always seems to be competitive, and that defense really started to turn it up under Mike McDonald in the second half of last year. They've had a ton of turnover on the offensive side of the ball, so I'm really curious there. And then the Rams with Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, that is the quarterback head coaching duo that I think a lot of teams really fear. They went out, they got Devontae Adams, and so this division is very competitive. I think for all of those reasons, they all have strengths and weaknesses. In this matchup specifically, the 49ers are coming into the season fairly injured. Brandon Ayuk is not fully recovered from his torn ACL and knee injury last year. Juwan Jennings is banged up. Debo Samuel is no longer on the team. Russell Gage Jr. has an MCL sprain and he's questionable for that game. Jordan Watkins, another wide receiver, is questionable for this game. But then you go look on the other side here with the Seattle Seahawks, and they have JSN, yes, but outside of that, Torrey Horton, a rookie making his first start, is going to be one of the is going to be one of their main wide receivers. They do not have Noah Fant anymore. He's no longer on the team. Sam Darnold is the new quarterback, so they're going to be forming new
Yeah,
chemistry there.
they do
So
have Cooper Cup too. Also,
yeah, they
Yeah,
did get Cooper Cup, who
he's on the back end of his career. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Putting that nicely, he's very injury prone. I believe he is healthy for this game though.
he is.
So that
Yeah.
is something to keep in mind. So I, I really don't know kind of going into this one. I don't think either of these teams are going to look nearly the same at the end of the year. This is a total coin flip in my eyes.
Well, and so my one thing here when I look at Seattle and when I look at what was really successful last year with Sam Darnold in Minnesota is he had time with that offensive line and he had obviously like an amazing receiving room as well too. And Kevin O'Connell's one of the top coaches in the league. Nothing against Mike McDonald or anything like that. He's definitely not an offensive minded coach, but Clint Kubiak as well, though, to the offense coordinator is let's see what kind of offense he can put together. Kevin O'Connell, I think, is a little bit better with the offensive scheming. Um, but I say that though, when I think of Seattle, especially over these past couple of years, offensive line dominance is not really what I think of, especially too when it comes to the pass protection department. So I'm curious, how is Sam Darnold going to if the offensive line does continue to struggle, and they did draft Gray Zabel, that's there, but then they have a young offensive line just in general. All the guys are still on their rookie contracts or going into their rookie year. They haven't re-signed. I'm unfamiliar if Charles Cross got an extension up at this point here, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But Olu, Anthony Bradford, Abraham Lucas, all drafted within the past couple of years. So how is this offensive line going to keep on developing? Did they take the right strides forward to give Sam Darnold that protection that he's looking for? Because when Sam Darnold has not been successful, it is when he has had little to no offensive line protection. So and then when you look at that, when they eliminate a lot of their receiving room as well, they just keep Jason but bring in some other guys. Just curious how this offense is going to produce over this year. Now on the flip side, though, too, when you go look at San Francisco, they haven't had the best offensive line performance either. Yes, they had the best tackle in the league in Trent Williams. But then at the same time, the two other parts of that game have been not so great on the offensive line. But as you talk about, Brandon Ayuk still out. Chris McCaffrey, he's not 30 yet, but he's got the body of like a 50-year-old with all the NFL injuries he's had. When healthy, he's one of the best running backs, if not the best running back still in the league. Maybe Saquon's surpassed him now, but
Yeah.
everybody gets my point. It's so how is this offense going to piece together in week one? Because we saw that offense really started to stutter as their star players were gone, and they moved on from Debo. Is Ricky Pearsall going to take that massive step forward? Glad he's going to be playing in week one, unlike what happened last year, which was absolutely wild experience overall. So just curious on just for both of these teams, how are these offenses going to come together? I do expect both these defenses to be top notch, top tier.
Yeah.
I really do think, especially too with Robert Saleh coming back to San Francisco, Mike McDonald really got this defense going in the right direction, especially in the second half of that year. So I expect both these defenses to play extremely well. I think going into this pick right here, I am going to go with a little bit more of the team that has more offensive continuity than the host team. So I guess I'm going to go with the 49ers on this one. I do think they're going to piece things together. Christian McCaffrey, as of right now, is healthy going into this game. I do think that Kyle Shanahan's going to be able to uh, put some offensive scheming together for this week one win.
Yeah.
While in week one, maybe the defense is still getting used to everything on the other side of the ball. And I think Seattle's offense is going to struggle just a little bit. As its offensive line is still getting used to working together and continuing to keep working together. And then with their new set of weapons and a new system, then I do believe they're going to struggle a little bit here in week one. So I'm going to go with San Francisco here, but I could easily see this going either way.
Yeah, this one's a total coin flip for me. I am also going to go with San Francisco, though, kind of for what you said, the defensive continuity. I do think there's something to be said for the first 3-4 weeks for new quarterbacks in offenses really struggling to kind of be in rhythm with their weapons. I know they have training camp and whatnot, but this is the first time they're going to go through game prep week and have a game plan for a specific team. And I think learning how other guys learn and how they pick up game plans and specific offensive sets to attack defenses, I think takes a few weeks to kind of really understand. And I think San Francisco with Robert Saleh, that's the same verbiage and whatnot that they have been using for years after he left and went to the Jets and now has come back. And so I think just the pieces there and the continuity on that side of the ball specifically, I feel like San Francisco is going to be able to kind of control this game as a whole. So yeah, we're both taking the 49ers in this matchup. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That's the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on what you thought, on who you think is going to win. Will it be the San Francisco 49ers? Will it be the Seattle Seahawks? Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.